There we go. She's been fighting me the whole time. Hey, we're going to do some ukulele here. Website is jollyrogerukulele.com. I'm going to go post a link there because people are probably like, what the heck, where is he? Link to join, link, enter, command, V. Where'd I go? Book one. Here. Blue, bold, link, enter, edit, settings, open a new tab, update, that'll get it going there. Let me go post it here. https://jollyrogerukulele.com. Patience. Hit this button. Hit that button. Patience. Tweet. All right, we're on Twitter. Close. Sandy made it in. Let's see. Windy, rain. You name it. She's having all the weather today. That's always exciting. Let's see. So today, let's talk about playing All Through the Night, which is a beautiful tune. And then we will play Home on the Range, which is a beautiful tune. And then we will play Key of G Arpeggio, which is kind of a hard tune. It's one of the exercises. It's not necessarily thought of as an exercise. I really did mean them to be nice songs. And so let's see if we can make those all come out the way we want them to. So All Through the Night is where we're going to start. We talked about this last week, a couple of times last week, and should be starting to come out pretty well. So grab your ukuleles first. Where's my ukulele? Here's one. And remember, with All Through the Night, you learn the first four measures and measures 9 through 12, and then you have the whole song put together. So. So that'll do it. Let's see. So All Through the Night on ukulele. Let's go. Hey Vic, welcome in. Sunny in Eugene. See, Vic has got this perfect weather going on up there, and we have terrible weather. Oh God, that's gotta stop. I'm pretty aggressive at blocking spam on my phone, and somehow it still gets through. All Through the Night, nice and peaceful. Really beautiful. Let it roll. Hey, Lynn. 1, 2, 3. It's sunny in New Jersey. 2, 3, 4. 3, strum. 2, third quarter. Go. Isn't that pretty? It's a really lovely tune. I hope that you're enjoying playing that. Let's grab baritones and see. And remember, when I play baritone, I did get a question on this earlier this week. Hey, I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing if I have a ukulele and you're playing baritone. Really, what am I supposed to be doing? So the big thing I think is that I want you to get where you know the shape of your chord on your instrument, regardless of what the paperwork says. Your G chord looks different than a baritone G chord. And so if I'm playing on baritone and you have a ukulele in your hands, you're just reading the names of the chords, right? And ignoring the little chart underneath them, so that it says on a baritone, hey, you're supposed to play a D chord. You know, oh, I'm on ukulele, I'm going to play a D chord, right? And it's the same chord, but your shape is different. And so I do think when you are playing, the real reason behind asking you to do that is that when you go to many strum-alongs and when you go to other ukulele things, they're not going to be handing you nice, clean, professionally polished, years of testing sheet music. They're going to be handing you some piece of junk they downloaded off the internet with handwriting and scribbles and all over this. It's very normal for there to be a ton of mistakes on those things. And so all you really care about is, what chords am I supposed to be playing? I'll figure the rest out. And so if you're on ukulele and it says D, you know, hey, that's my D. You see E and you're like, oh, I hate E. There's my E. Well, I guess I'm going to play my D with the bar chord and then slide up to the E. That's what I'm going to do there. A chord. Oh, look, I got a bar chord, A chord right here. And then G chord. Oh, that's that bar right there. You know, and so, hey, I'm going to play this whole entire thing with bar chords, you know. Or you're going to say, all right, open chord D, open E has to be a bar chord. A chord can be open. G will be open. And I think I just want you to begin when I'm playing baritone and you have a ukulele in your hand, for you to start to just get where, hey, I know what these shapes are. I don't need the shapes on the paper. I just know, because I have been playing ukulele a while, how to make this happen. So when I'm playing bum ba bum 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 ba bum bum, you on ukulele playing 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4. Like that's what you're trying to do. And as you get more advanced, then you're going to be looking at doing arpeggio picking. We're going to talk about our key of G arpeggio here today. Let's play baritone. Let's just play it one time through, because I think most of you guys are on ukulele players. Good to see you, Diane. Hi, Dawn. And I said hi to Lynn. Donna's bringing me in a cup of tea. This is when you know you married the greatest woman in the world. All right. All through the night. Baritone. 1 2 3 4. Second ending. Okay, and again, one that I did there fancy. It says to do this. Right? But I also want, when you're in a claw position, to be able to make the same exact thing, thumb dragging down. I want you to be able to take your 4 fingers. Okay? And if you happen to be playing the ukulele-shaped D chord down here, or this one, same thing. Just coming in there with, and in addition to, well, both you want you to be able to do both of those smoothly. Getting comfortable and getting in control of all 4 fingers, where they sound exactly like the thumb coming down. They won't sound exactly, but pretty close. Takes a little bit of work, and so those rolled chords are something that I want you to be able to do. Baritones, you always get shorted a little bit because we got to get to the key of G Arpeggio today, and it's kind of a big deal. So we're going to move forward here. Next song on our plate, which we'll also play on Thursday, is Home on the Range. So let's go grab the baritone version of Home on the Range. Okay, and for baritones, of course, we'll play it through one time. Same key, right? So a lot of the chords show up that you're like, oh yeah, we just did that chord. Okay, on ukulele, you've got an A7, which is right here, and then you have a G minor, which is right here. And I think you have a couple other. E7 is here. This is a fairly active piece for you on ukulele, getting to all of the cool things that you're going to need to do. And you had a B minor. That's a bar on 2 with your ring finger up here. Okay, that's for ukulele players. And so for ukulele, you're going to be working pretty hard. Baritone players, we're going to take a little walk in the park together here. Okay, one typo, measure 14 and measure 30. The chord at the beginning says 2020. It should just be 202. Okay, and let's play Home on the Range with baritones. And ukulele players, give me some chords. 1, 2. Second ending. Aw, isn't that sweet? Right? They know what they got going on in Kansas. Lovely. All right, let's grab ukuleles and do the same thing. Baritone player, same deal, right? You guys have to jump over and grab those chords. Baritones, this is a fairly much easier chord positions than the ukulele players had on your version. So for baritones, this is just pretty straightforward. Again, know your chords just by looking at the name of them and ignoring the shape, because you're not always going to get pretty sheet music like this. And remember, ukulele players, you do have a typo down there. If you're playing melody only, measure 16. Don't play a 0 on the 4th string. Play a 3 on the 2nd string. One of these days I'm going to clean all this up. From the top, Home on the Range. Let's just do it one time through because I do want to spend a little bit of time on the key of G Arpeggio. So Home on the Range, first shot, best shot. From the top, 1, 2. Second ending. So I have a little bit different ending on that one, which I don't like nearly as much. I think I will change it eventually too. Yeah. No. C baritone. All right. I'll have to clean these up. Nice. All right. So now, rushing through a tiny bit. Keep playing those tunes. Tomorrow or Thursday we'll play this one more time. But we got to talk about the key of G Arpeggio. So let's go grab that. Now in our program, why do I have two of those? Key of G major, arpeggio, G major. I don't need two of these. Hold on. Why is there two here? Remove. We'll talk about it on ukulele, but of course the same exact thing applies to baritone. In baritone, you're going to be in the key of D, okay? But the same stuff applies. Just like with the key of C, you're going to be grabbing a chord and then doing some stuff with this hand, okay? So at measure 1, you're going to be grabbing this G chord, and you're going to be playing. Remember on the key of C, we were playing on these 3 strings. Now we're going to be playing up on these 3 strings. But notice I grabbed thumb, index, and middle, just the same as if I was going to be grabbing them down here. I really want to minimize the use of the ring finger if at all possible and maximize the use of my thumb whenever possible. And so I really want to, hey Michelle, just not notice you walked in. I want to always use my thumb. I don't want my thumb doing nothing while my ring finger's running itself ragged, right? And in this case, I'm set up pretty perfectly because everything is on those upper strings. But be mindful when something's on the lower strings, if it makes sense to use all 4 fingers, then obviously do. But if it doesn't make sense, use 3 fingers or use these 2 fingers. You want to always, as best as possible, keep the thumb involved in what you're doing, no matter which strings you're playing on. All right, so from the G major, baritones, you'll end up grabbing a D major, but same thought, okay? You're going to hit all 3 of the top strings, and then 0, 2, 3, a little pattern. And then you're going to grab your next chord, E minor, top 3 strings, and then this is going to be middle index thumb. And then you got a C chord, but you don't really have to hold this 3 down. But when you're newer, you should, so your hand just gets comfortable hitting that, and it becomes sort of a programmed response you don't have to think about. When you're an advanced player, I would say, why are you holding that 3 down? You're not even using it. Why are you doing extra energy? But so that conversation changes. When you first start, heck yes, I want you to grab the chord. When you have been around a while and you're grabbing chords you don't need to, I'm like, well, why are you doing that? And usually it's because, well, I didn't think about it, right? So C chord is these ones. and then a regular D chord. Okay, that's it. So then it repeats in 5 through 8. Then measure 9. Notice I've been playing on these upper strings. Now I want you to drop down to the lower strings. Don't use these 3 fingers because that's crazy, right? Take your thumb, move it down on these fingers, and you're gonna be a lot more control of your music that way. Play 2 plucks of the regular G chord. Then you add your pinky. This is going to come up, guys, you should, if you're playing ukulele, you should be able to hold a G chord and put your pinky up on 5. Should be. Okay? If you can't, you either have too big of a ukulele, which is unlikely, or you haven't worked on stretching your hand out enough, or it is possible that this might be too difficult, and you just trade out your ring and middle finger. So then it'd be index, middle, pinky. If you're on baritone, this would be much more likely to have to use it this way, and on guitar, it's sort of the way I do it now, is index, middle, and pinky, even though it might involve more work later on. Okay, so 2, 3, 5, and then a D chord, but you're only playing the bottom 3 strings. Okay, and then again. Now here's an important thought. I haven't taught you B flat yet, so you're not supposed to be sad yet, right? But I have talked to you about bar chords. You're going to put a bar on fret 3, and then you're going to put this shape in front of it. So really, it's an A chord that we learned from the little strumming book, but you're playing it up on 3. So that's a fancy C chord, okay? And it probably is going to sound like this when you first start. And that's 100% fine, okay? Well, as you get better, you're going to push down a little bit tighter. Make sure your thumb is in good position. Right behind my middle finger. Everything is all nice and pretty. And then slide up to 5. Don't pick anything up, just slide up. Then measure 15. You got a nice E minor chord. Full C chord. Now I have to use all 4 fingers on these ones, right? C chord, G chord, and D chord. That weird notation at the end of that line is a repeat bar. It sends you right back up to measure 1. So you're going to play that first page twice, just like we did on the key of C major. Jump over to page 2 real quick so we can talk about it, and then I'll send you on your way. Notice measures 23 through 30. It's a straight line melody. When you see that, you're like, oh, sweet, I totally got this. The key here is don't be silly about your fingering. First 2 notes are a 2. You don't need to use your middle finger there. Use your 2. Your index finger on 2, and look what happens. Your pinky magically ends up on 5. I've had to basically do no motion. And now I see some 10s. Pinky on 10. Then figure out where everybody else lands up. Guess what? You're playing in 7th position. That's going to take care of that whole measure. And you got 5, 7, 2. That's a little bit messy. I would usually probably go ring, pinky, index. Okay? Then you've got what looks to me like a regular old G chord, 3, 3, 2, 3. Probably pinky on 3 and pinky on 5. Already hold down the 2, and then you've got regular notes. Okay. When you see a string of straight melody notes, your goal is to play as pretty and as with the least amount of motion possible. Be very mindful that if you're chasing your pinky up and down this fretboard, you're going to fail. So be thinking about positional playing. If I'm playing a 10, what other notes are on there? Oh, there's a 7 and a 9. Well, I want to cover all of those with one hand position if possible. 5, 7, 2 is kind of messy, but I can probably do 5, 7, and 2 this way, and that way I'm just anchoring my ring finger. And make yourself a note on the paper. Ring finger, right? Whoops. That's what you're trying to do. So there is some motion there, but not as much as if you're, whoa, 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 whoa. And then the final thing on this piece, of course, is you've got some glissandos, right? So these are, when when I see something like that, I'm probably going to play the whole thing with my thumb, but you could also play it with roll chords and the claw. Great practice for you to do it that way, but make sure you're there. You notice the difference between the wiggly ones and the not and the chords that have no wiggles. Like a 39, if you're busy going and you get to 39, then you want to do something different, which this would be now a block chord. 40. Okay, and I've turned those into staccato notes in 40. Bump, bump, bum, like we did on La Cucaracha. All right, kids, that's your work for the week. G major arpeggio is beautiful when you get to play. You'll see on Thursday when we play it together how really nice it is. While these are exercises to get your fingers used to playing arpeggios, I tried to make them nice songs too, and so I believe that I believe I was successful. And I want to hear no evidence to the contrary, but they're treat them as songs. How do you make them, even though they're supposed to be very specific about how you approach them? How do you make some nice melody come out of those and make them sound like something fun to listen to? And that's your work for today. Now I'm going to pull the plug on this stream. I'm going to go back to the website, post a new stream for book 2, and I don't remember what we're playing in book 2, but you guys need to come over and play that with me as well. So I will see you in a couple minutes on the other side. Just swing back by the website, and I will see you in the next stream. Peace.